What's up guys, welcome to Wasted Space, and we're back in Space Engineers with a bit of a deflated video, if I'm honest for you today. I spent ages on this yesterday, went to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and decided I was going to delay the video to today, and as part of that delay I ended up talking to a few people on Steam about it, and it turns out that this is not quite as original as I would have liked. But hey, I'm going to bring it to you anyway, let you guys be the judge of, I'm not going to say who's the best, because I don't think that's an important judge, but which one's fun to play. There are other variants of this out there, a couple of them that have done bits very, very similarly to me. But yeah, introducing my version of Space Pinball. So obviously this is where you're greeted. You will spawn on this little medbay platform here and come up to Pinball of Doom. It's worth mentioning I had quite a bit of help with this from SioxerNic, because obviously this uses programming. I'm not familiar with C#. So he, being the legend that he is, came in and actually wrote me a custom program for this to get this all working. Fortunately, it didn't take too long, and he seemed to enjoy himself, but yeah, he's an absolute legend for doing that, because it would not work properly without it. But yeah, let me jump in and tell you how to play. So the first thing we're going to need to do is hit 9 to start a new game, and that will reset the system. One thing you will do, if you download this from the workshop, you'll need to go into the control panel, go down and find the programming block trigger, which is this timer at the bottom, and just click trigger now, and that'll start the program running. I haven't had to, because obviously I've already loaded this map up ready for the video, but you'll need to do that somewhere along. And then we've got very, very simple controls. One to flip, which I'm using literally just press once to reverse them, so you've got infinite control on how you flip. I've tried doing it with timers and program blocks, it just seemed to work better this way round. And then we've got 3, 4 and 5, which will give us different strengths of launch up the tube, as if you were pulling back the spring sort of harder or softer. And then we've got a couple of buttons to restart the game, and to shake the table just in case the ball gets stuck, which, to be honest, really doesn't happen very often, but if it does, that option's there for you. So let's jump in and have a game, and I can talk a bit about the scoring while we do. So each one of these little pingers that we're bouncing off up there are worth a set amount of points, but you can, oh god, I'm terrible. But what you can do is increase your multiplier for those points by rolling over the other type of score giver on the board. So you'll notice that we now have a multiplier of 11, so this time when we go up and bounce off those one off the top, instead of giving us 1 point per, they're going to give us a lot more, and in fact we just clipped the biggest multiplier on the board, which is the times 10 at the top, and you can see that when you hit the bigger multipliers it flashes up some text on the score screen, so you kind of know you have. And all of that stuff can actually be customized as you wish in the control panel menu. So the clever thing about this script is that it's all been done with syntax rather than specifically built for this pinball table. So we now have, thanks to SioxerNic, an actual pinball script. So if I go in here and show you a little bit, we have basically these values can be placed on each sensor to dictate exactly what that sensor does. So you can see here, this is the big bonus at the top, and it's basically saying that that bonus is going to add a 10 times multiplier. The F stands for false and means that it will only ever happen once. You can't go back over it again to get the same multiplier again. The 2 is how much points it's worth. So once you've got the multiplier, you'll get 2 points for going over it every time. And then we've got a bit at the end here, which is basically some text to appear on the screen and what font size it should appear in. And all of the sensors have these, and by changing those around, obviously you can customize the point scoring system or even change the board entirely. The only thing you'd need to do if you do any sort of further changes to it is you would need to go into the programming block, wherever it is here, and these numbers here, 26, that represents the number of sensors that are being used in the board, and that needs to be changed to match the number of sensors you have, otherwise the script doesn't like it very much. So please go out, give it a try, let me know what you think, let me know what your high score is. You know, you'll probably beat me without too much difficulty. Although I will say, you know, it can be played properly. I sat down for a good hour and a half once this was done, play testing it, just making sure everything played right. And you know, it doesn't do the same thing twice. You'll get nice level of randomness combined with a nice level of control with the flippers. You actually feel like it's your responsibility when you mess up. So yeah, please give it a go. Please let me know what you think of it. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please hit like, please hit subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps me and the channel out, really appreciate it. And otherwise, I will catch you next time.